Okay, now, last time I made a video, I talked about how kids anime and kids manga were down for good, and they ain't never coming back. And I expressed my sorrows of how I'm going to miss kids manga and didn't care much for kids anime. Of course, there are tons of copy sites you can go to, but some of them aren't up to date or some of them aren't plain out good, as I would say. Either way, there's tons of other options to go to. In the midst of all this, people were wondering, why did kids manga and kids anime go down? Of all the things, because the same people who run those sites also run Ken Cartoons and Raid Comics, and some others as well. So people were wondering, what happened? Why was this them? People believe it was Japan and their new law that would take down pirate sites, but then people came out, the law don't come into action until next year. So clearly it wasn't anyone from Japan. But in fact, people believe it could be someone from here in the US that did it instead. And some people, of course, are pointing out the obvious people, Crunchyroll and Funimation. If that being said, we've seen some pictures online before where we would see Crunchyroll would show a clip of an anime they're trying to promote, but at the corner you'll see the Kiss anime icon. So you can see it for themselves that they literally took it from their own server. So the fact that you will use a clip from a pirate server over your own server just proves how crappy your server is. Once again, and I do understand, there's a ton of people who say, well, just pay your $10 a month. It's cheap. But once again, you have the bills pile up. If you want to watch all the anime, you have to go to different places from Amazon to Hulu, and even High Dive are doing some anime on their own. And High Dive is a very new dubbing place, and they don't talk much. They just do their dubbing, and that's it. They stay out of controversy. So High Dive, good job. So where am I going with this? Ever since the two sites went down, you would have some voice actors, just being them, saying, oh, you're not entitled to have this stuff. Just because it exists doesn't mean you're not allowed to have it. And even had to make it political. Why is it every time anything we have to talk about, these people have to make it political? All the time. Like, dude, you can keep it within the law or something, but do you have to keep making it political all the time? She'll say how it's colonizers and stuff like that when it comes to pirating anime. I'm like, Crunchyroll, you guys used to be a pirate site. And yeah, you're not one anymore, but you still used to be one. So you preaching to people about piracy is just plain out hypocritical. You can't do it. With that being said, of course, the person deleted her tweet. Because, for some reason, these people truly stand up for what they say. They want to delete the tweet, stand by what they say. But they don't. Because, they're just trying to get that clout. They're trying to make look good, keep face. But it always comes back to backfire on them. That's why I believe if you're a celebrity and stuff, you shouldn't be too vocal. Because your family is going to attack you. And if you're not prepared for that, just shut up on Twitter. That's all I can give you. Just stop saying whatever you want on Twitter, because you're going to tick off someone. If you're trying to stay on the good side of people, be careful what you say. Now, I know, I feel like I'm monologuing forever with this. And okay, where are you going with this? A while back, during last year, people were saying how Toei was not pleased with Funimation, of the scandals that were going on. Because in Japan, everything, even if there is a scandal going on, they keep things professional. They keep it within the company, and then they do a proper investigation, and then they do what they have to do. They don't do a public termination of someone, like here in the U.S., to get some type of brownie points. And which is why I like Japan's economic system. They keep things professional, They don't let their emotions get the better of them. Well, anyways, unlike over here, things just have to be out in the open all the time. Which is not my phone, which is not a good thing. Anyway, with that being said, all I have to say is this. A while ago, it has been announced 30 anime studios are coming together to make their very own YouTube channel, where they will produce the anime themselves. Because the question is, why would they do this? Well, it's obvious. You have not hearing tons of the new anime YouTubers. For some reason, the old anime YouTubers don't really like to talk about this. For some reason, they like to stay out of this, which is, they have the bigger influence, but I guess they just want to stay on the good side of people. I don't know. Well, anyways, people like Hero Hey, even Clownfish TV, and Yellow Flash, they're all talking about what's going on, you know. Even other channels saying the localization. You ever notice how you're watching anime and sub and you like it, then it becomes a dub, whether it's an anime or a video game, and the dub says something completely different, or they take something out, or they censor it, and they say it's for the sake of localization. But here's the thing, this is how you can tell these people who work at these industries don't understand the fans. You as an anime fan, me as an anime fan, we watch anime because it's different from American culture. Most of us. We can't stand our culture. It's toxic, it's annoying. It's like no matter what we talk about here, it's always political. And it's the point where they're even spraying politics even within the anime and video games, or they'll switch something out, or they'll censor something. And we ourselves are okay with that. It's like they'll censor saying, well, thing for the children. What do you mean for the children? It's a rated M video game. I'm a grown ass man. A child can't get their hands on that game unless their parents let them. And their parents are letting the child get their hands on a rated M game. That's the parent. You shouldn't censor for adults. We're all adults. You don't need to censor for us. It's stupid. Anyways, and then Sony did the hypocrisy thing. And then they keep saying it's for localization, but we people understand the Japanese culture. We want more of the Japanese culture. We want their jokes. We want what they're saying because we want to understand it more. Why do you think we read this stuff? Because it intrigues us. That's why we love it so much. So every time I hear the localization excuse from these people, I say that is bull, because you know your fans. If a majority of your fans are saying that they would rather have the translations from Japan than you, then you know your excuse is invalid. You know it. Well, anyways, this is going to be pretty long, so brace yourselves. This has been going on for years. From anime, Kobayashi Dragon Maid, My Girlfriend is a Gal, and even some video games and stuff, like such as Persona or Catherine and other things, or even Fire Force and their censorship on Toonami, people are just getting sick and tired of it. Japan hates censorship. Even Ken Akumatsu, one of my favorite mangaka of all time, creator of Negima, Love Hina, and UQ Holder, also been talking to their government saying they're very concerned about the extreme push for censorship here in the West and China. So they're worried themselves. A lot of creators, they believe in true creative freedom, you know. And unlike here, where we once believed in that, but for some reason we always have to fight in order to keep it all the time, which is just annoying. But these things are worth fighting for, I guess. And because of that, they were just sick and tired of American people changing the material in their game, censoring their stuff. They're tired of it. And they're like, why are we going through you if all you're going to do is mess up the product and have the fans angry at you and us? Well, then they're like, well, where are you going to go to? You need localization. You need us to, you know, curate the product. But then they had an idea. Even Hero 8 said this. Even Clownfish said this. Why not cut out the middleman? Make your own middleman. You know, it's like this. There's a product here, and it needs to go over here, but they need to move it over here to translate it. So that's where the middleman comes from. You know, they translate it and they give it its own price. They give it to us. But these people keep messing us up with the censorship and the localization of things all the time. So Japan is like, what if we make our own middleman? Throw this guy out the window. Now we'll hire our own translators. We'll hire our own English dub speakers. Create our own studio. That's what I would do, in my opinion, in a way, where sometimes other countries buy land here and they create a building, a company to run things. Because, you know, you can. So if I were Japan, I would buy a company here, away from the West, by the way, just away from the freaking West. Probably put somewhere in the middle, or probably the East. The East can use some stuff, and definitely in the middle. And we'll create a place where there will be strict rules of no censorship or localization of a product. Not only that, you'll hire your own voice actors. Voice actors are to keep things professionally, not to go on Twitter and rave. Keep things within the company and do your own proper investigations. Don't hold things out for years and then speak up now and stuff. You need to do something because they're just tired of the American BS and we're tired of our own BS. It's getting annoying. We're tired of it. So taking out these people, this is just going to be a test run for now. It's going to be in Japan, and then we'll see what's happening. I think it's going to be good. Think about it. You do a live stream. You set on super chats. You do the join button. You set notifications. You do good advertising of the anime you're about to produce on that channel. People will come watch the anime live. They'll add super chats. They'll even see the behind the scenes of the creation of the anime. People can put the join button, have the emotes, all that stuff. It can be enjoyed. So instead of pirating, people just go to YouTube and watch the anime. But not only that, but they can also do tons of things. If it gets big, they can do prizes, they can do all this kind of stuff, fun events. It is possible because anime, a simple clip from an anime show can get sometimes over 1 million views if it's very popular, and people will love it. I've seen some clips where people just upload a clip and it was just some scene in an anime, and it can get sometimes 4 million views tops sometimes. I'm like, that's crazy. So if you can actually have an anime on there and just put it out there, and then as time goes on, you get your own dubbing studio, and then I say work with High Dive, they're good, and have them dub the anime, and then put the anime back on the anime channel, but it's for the dub. So you make a secondary channel for the dubs, so everything will be all mixed up together. And then finally, people can go there, and then they'll advertise the Blu-ray boxes, all the collectibles, the merchandise. Just advertise it. Then create a website where you can go and purchase it. T-shirts, accessories, TV shows, books, all that stuff. Cutting out the middleman of America and creating your own. You got gold. You got instant gold, baby. I'm telling you, this would work. I know they're in the phase 1, but I can see this going miles, man. I can see this going miles. And I say it's about damn time. Nick of Repair Law already said last year that Toei was getting tired of Funimation, and other studios was getting tired of America's BX, especially on Twitter. Imagine you writing a book, you creating an anime, and then you're always having someone from American Twitter trying to lecture you about your localization. Just like the recently Yuzaki-chan, where it's just like these people who are unconsciously racist in their own way, where how they tell them, this is how the character should look like. I fixed it for you. What the Imagine you write a character yourself and someone said, I fixed it for you. What the Do you know how self-righteous, how self-entitled, how racist that sounds? How you're trying to change a character by the way they look to your own viewpoint. And you say that shit ain't racist. Man, get out of here. That is messed up. That is really messed up. It's just all the stuff that's going on with Yuzaki-chan. And the crazy thing is that I've seen worse. There's an anime out called H Arrows right now, which is actually minors doing tons of ecchi things. Minors, I tell you. In high school, no one says a damn thing. There's shows where actual lolly is like 40-some years old, 2 kids, and a dad looks like a grown-ass middle-aged man. No one says anything, but for some reason, it's Yuzaki-chan they're getting over. I don't know why, and it's completely dumb. And it's the point where Japanese Twitter is just getting sick and tired of the Americans. Well, mainly the SJWs. They know there's people like us who are just down with anything. If we don't like it, we just don't watch it. But they're getting real tired. Everyone's getting tired of the social justice warriors. Because they're not even warriors in a way. I don't know why we keep calling them that. They're not warriors. It's pathetic to even call them that. Because all I do is whine and complain. And that's not a thing a warrior does. A warrior is brave. A warrior stands tall. A warrior has a code of honor. what they have is nothing to do with warriors. So I think we should stop calling them warriors. Call them weirdos, wackos, or whatever. But we should stop calling them warriors. They're not warriors. So SJWs could be wackos or weirdos. Because that's what they are. Because for some reason they always tee off the people they're being offended for or they're trying to defend all the time. And it's ridiculous. It's just... anyways, I'm done. This video's been long enough. So to get that out here, I hope this anime YouTube channel that does come, I hope that it does very well. I believe it will, and I believe it'll evolve into something very beautiful. You know, like I said, they make the secondary channel, put the dubs there, make a website where you buy the merch and stuff, and post events and hold deals and giveaways and all that stuff. Just and then advertise the anime that's on there and show the behind the scenes. I'm telling you right now, it can just blast off something amazing. So anyways, anyway, this is good news. Yes, I feel like I was ranting, but it's still good news in my opinion. Now probably these American companies will finally understand to listen to the fans for once. We can only wait and see. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime, signing out.